The corner table of the luxury rooftop restaurant wasn't just reserved for him, it belonged to him. Every Friday evening, as the sun melted into the skyline and the city lights flickered awake, the staff prepared it with the same precision. Fresh white linen, polished silver, a candle that flickered gently in the breeze. And then Elias Hart would arrive immaculately dressed, poised, and alone. To most people, he was a mystery. A deaf millionaire who communicated with a notepad, avoided public events, and never brought guests. To Elias, the isolation was a shield. After a lifetime of being misunderstood, pitied, or treated like a fragile artifact, solitude became safer than companionship. Tonight, he followed his usual ritual: steak, vegetables, sparkling water. He glanced occasionally at the violinist performing near the balcony, not hearing a single note, but appreciating the passion in her movements. Still, the emptiness across from him sat like a shadow. Then he felt a faint vibration through the floorboards. A soft thump. He didn't hear it, but his body had learned to read the world in tremors. Something was off. Elias looked up just in time to see the glass doors slide open and the night's peace shatter. A young woman in a simple cleaning uniform hurried in, her cheeks flushed with panic. She carried a bucket, a rag tucked into her belt, and against her chest, a baby in a sling. Her eyes darted around the room as the manager stormed toward her, arms waving, frustration obvious even from afar. Elias watched the exchange, reading lips without meaning to. "You can't bring a baby here. This is a fine dining floor." I know, she whispered, desperately trying to soothe the restless child. But he wouldn't stop crying. "If I left him alone downstairs," the manager's scolding continued, but Elias's attention drifted to the baby. The little boy's eyes were bright, curious, absorbing every flicker of light and movement. When those eyes landed on Elias, something changed. The child stilled, then lifted his tiny hand, then reached. Lena. He didn't know her name yet, but he noticed the stitched name tag tightened her grip and tried to redirect the baby's gaze. But the little one giggled, wriggled, and in one bold twist, squirmed right out of the sling and toddled across the room, straight toward Elias. The entire restaurant froze. A waiter half dropped a tray. Even the violinist stopped mid-bow. Elias simply sat there, stunned, watching the child waddle closer with a determination far too big for such small legs. The baby stopped at Elias's chair, tilted his head, and then before anyone could react raised both tiny hands and made a clumsy, unmistakable gesture. "Friend?" The world seemed to tilt. Elias's chest tightened, his throat closed. The fork slipped from his fingers and clattered silently against the table. No one had signed to him, truly signed to him in years.